So this is the latest Remnant fly. This one kind of definitely different and a departure from some of the other Remnant flies in that when you see the beginning of me tying this portion of the fly was already done. I vaguely remember tying it years ago, and it's been kicking around my box as one of those to maybe one day finish. And today's the day. I saw it today, and I just thought it would be kind of interesting to finish this. It was already half done, so I grabbed some materials. I've got some mop chenille in there, and a black and a white saddle hackle here polymered in to kind of finish this off like a woolly bugger. But something a little bit different, definitely a departure from my normal Remnant flies, but it technically is a Remnant. So that's the latest Remnant fly. I'll get started tying. I'm going to start the latest Remnant fly with my hook and the vise now. As I mentioned in the introduction, this one's a bit different because, I have a fly that's almost half done. This has been kicking around in my Remnant box for a number of years. And I can't remember when or why I tied this a long time ago. I think I actually just broke the point of that off. Sometimes when you debarb these hooks, that's what happens. The point, gets broken off. Anyway, this is a Mustad 3366. I'm pretty certain in a size 2. And I started tying this a long time ago. I think I was hanging out with some friends, and we started just playing around with stuff. I got this far, didn't know what I was doing, can't say I didn't know what I was doing, but didn't know where I was going with the whole thing, or at least I don't remember where I was going with it. But I did this double colored tail and then some white and black rubber legs in the back and started to dub the body. Anyway, it's been kicking around for a long time, so I thought I'm just going to kind of finish this in a woolly bugger style just to see how it turns out. For thread, I'm using a 140 Denier UTC, and I'm going to attach my thread right here in the back because this is where I'm going to tie in some hackles. I suppose I could just start right here and move forward, but put a little head cement on the back of this as well. I think what I'll do is, because I don't have really any black dubbing, so what I'll do is use some fluff off a feather here. I'm going to take, and I'm actually going to polymer a black and white hackle on the back of this, or for this fly. I didn't really have any in my Remnant box, any grizzly saddles that would work. So I just thought I'll go ahead. I'm going to use this fluff right here to kind of help cover up the thread in the back a little bit. See how that turns out. Suppose I could have just cut that dubbing off. When I think about it, that's what I could have done. You could also tie in a wire if you wanted to on this, just to see how that turns out. Or trim the rest of that off. And I'm going to use some of this fluff here, like I said, for dubbing. Twist that on. Keep in mind, if you're wanting to do something like this on your own, use whatever dubbing you want, or do it however you want to. I'm slapping this together because it's already been done, and I'm using all this stuff from the Remnant kit. So then I'm going to reach my thread right up here. That just kind of covers it up in the back. I mean, there's nothing special. Like I said, I probably could have cut that off. Actually, I could have cut all of it off and just reused the hook. But I thought it would be kind of interesting to put some head cement on there to help hold that together. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting just to finish it, see what to do to finish it. Now, I'm going to fill the front portion of this with some chenille. This is a mop chenille. Mop flies are kind of popular these days, but there is a chenille out that's just kind of like the mop stuff, and it's a nice thick-bodied chenille. So I thought this would be a good fly to try that with. It's tough to get that core tied in on this. Wrap this forward. This will give me more or less a uniform body, a little bit different diameter than the dubbing in the back. So who knows? May start a whole new trend. I don't know that these feathers are going to be long enough for a whole bunch of wraps, but we're going to see. So this is also, I thought, would be kind of fun to try and to do, and that is to polymer both of these in at the same time. So we're going to get our hackle pliers out here. Get a hold of both of those and go at it. Yep, that's not working. Okay. Took the hackle pliers off because they're not grabbing it right. Trying to get this up to the front so that I can get a couple of wraps right up here. A little bit longer hackle probably would have been more beneficial, more better. Secure all that in, little head on the fly, and we're done. Like I said, it's kind of a basic woolly bugger, a little bit different. But I had that tail section and just wanted to see what I could do with it. So there you go. Yeah, see, the hackle barbs are stiff here, but kind of flat here. Probably a saddle hackle would have been better. It's kind of an interesting look with the black and the white as opposed to Standard would be using a grizzly hackle, which would give you a black and a white, but a little bit different look. So there you have it. That's the latest Remnant fly, something a little bit different. And we will move on to the next Remnant fly next week. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for joining me at the Vise today. I hope you learned at least a new pattern, if not a new technique, maybe a tip or trick here and there. If you have any questions about this fly or any of the techniques used in constructing this pattern, please leave them in the comments section down below. If you go to the trouble to ask a question, I'll go to the trouble to answer it. If you'd like to help dressed irons, please share this video with your friends and anybody you think that might enjoy this pattern. Until next time, remember, it's fly tying. If you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong.